of her career starts. We've got a full field of 10. Ontario Sire Stakes, gold action for the Thrill Trotting Fillies. Here they come. And away they go. They're off and trotting. And leaving out of there is going to be Exquisite Taste from the 6-hole. Borth pushes the button with Sprite Sealster from the 10-hole, and she's going to get off to a fast start. Monalishi is into the top 3. There's Foxy Amy 4th, followed 5th to the opening turn by Green Glider, then followed by Lily Lace. To the outside is Bright Green. She's got a couple beat. Roxy Hart, Stormont Beautiful, and off stride is Supergirl Molly. It's Exquisite Taste and J.R. Plante to lead them to the opening quarter at huge odds over Sprite Sealsters in the 2-hole for now. Monalishi tightens up in third. First panel was 27-2, and out of the 2-hole, your Sprite Sealster. She won't follow this long shot for much longer. She knows that she's likely back into the pocket here momentarily because Monalishi gets her cue by McDonald, and she rolls in the backstretch. Here's Monalishi to range up and sweep by leader Sprite Sealster. Monalishi takes over. Sprite Sealster now chasing again. Exquisite Taste, the early leaders in third. Foxy Amy 4th, and angle to the outside. Green Glider will work with cover from 5th. To the inside 6th is Lily Lace as they're halfway home in 56 seconds. Roxy Hart 3rd over from the backfield. Then to the inside is Bright Green, a starting up Stormont Beautiful, and further back to the early miscure Supergirl Molly. It's Monalishi and James McDonald showing the way by a length and a half as they're almost at 3/4. Sprite Sealster in second. Foxy Amy a first over third, tipping 3 wide. Here's Henry now with Green Glider. Roxy Hart follows the move. 124 and 4 3/4. They swing off the final turn, and Monalishi trying to step away from her rivals. On the outside is Sprite Sealster. She's got 3 to make up now as Monalishi is trotting strong with an 1/8 of a mile to go. And it's Monalishi with a big lead right now, coming on for second, Exquisite Taste, but Monalishi's back in the winner's circle at the gold level. She wins by 2 over Exquisite Taste and Sprite Sealster. It's Monalishi in 1:52 and 3. Monalishi trying to step away from her rivals. On the outside is Sprite Sealster. She's got 3 to make up now as Monalishi is trotting strong with an 1/8 of a mile to go. And it's Monalishi with a big lead right now, coming on for second, Exquisite Taste, but Monalishi's back in the winner's circle at the gold level. She wins by 2 over Exquisite Taste and Sprite Sealster. It's Monalishi in 1:52 and 3. Monalishi, a 3-year-old brown filly by Green Manalishi, out of the RC Royalty Dam Pretty Filly G. It's owned and trained by Blake McIntosh, going by Tim Klemenczyk. She was bred by Shmuel Farhi. James McDonald, the winning driver. Monalishi with her second of the year in 4 tries, career victory number 8. 1:52 and 3, a new season's mark for Monalishi.
A 1:52 and 3 score here for Monalishi in the OSS Gold for 3-year-old trotting fillies. A 1/5 of a second off her lifetime mark. I'm here with winning driver James McDonald, winning trainer and co-owner Blake McIntosh. James, I'm going to start off with you first. Didn't hit the board in her last effort, did Monalishi, but how did she feel tonight in comparison to last time out going into the gate?
Blake and I just talked about her last 2 starts. I thought even last week, her last start, I know she was only 5th, but I like the way she felt. Like I ended up in a bad spot and was first up, but she was like kind of towing me around, moving forward, and then just got a little tired off a tough trip. But tonight, she was just a Cadillac and post braid, and we've spoken about it in interviews before. She's usually not quite as good on the front, but Blake had told me she trained real good this week, and she seemed like she was coming back around, and then she was just deadly. When I asked her, she just took off. So great to see a great horse bounce back.
And obviously, when you did touch on the lead, you touched on that she was super sharp there, but was that as good as maybe all the efforts that you've seen from her throughout her young career on the engine? And talk about the trip as well. You did get away third. Were you contemplating maybe just kind of waiting in the stretch, or did you feel like you were confident that you could let her rattle?
Well, I mean, ideally her best trip isn't on the front, but it's just the way the race sets up. You know, you got to kind of take what the race gives you, and JR had got away well and got in between Tyler and I wanted to, you know, I thought she's the best horse in the race when she's right, and give her the best shot to win. And around the last turn, like I said, she swelled up, and I would say that was probably as good effort as I've ever seen her have, other than maybe the Peaceful Way. That night she was unbelievable, but it's a good sign heading into the middle of her season, and hopefully she has a big year.
And obviously, we're going to kind of pivot to tomorrow night. You got a chance to sit behind the filly who bounced back in a big way tonight. You're going to get a chance to sit behind the star filly in Chantilly tomorrow. How pumped up are you, to get a chance to sit behind her tomorrow night?
There's nothing better than driving great horses. This is what we grind all winter for, to sit behind these great ones, and I'm just a lucky guy. I get to sit behind quite a few of them.
All right, congratulations, James.
Thanks, John.
All right, here with winning trainer and co-owner Blake McIntosh. Blake, just kind of take us through what you thought over her last few efforts. We know the type of filly that she can be. Were you a little bit concerned, with those efforts? I know it was a tough trip last time out too, but we expect a lot better from her in every time she steps foot out there.
Yeah, we were a little disappointed in the first couple starts, I'm not gonna lie. You know, pressure was on us, and we pulled her blood after her last start, and everything was a little low, and she just wasn't sharp, and so we worked on that all for the last couple of weeks. I brought her in here on Tuesday, trained her a big back half in like 55, and I knew she was back to herself, or thought she was, and I just hoped she'd prove it tonight. She did.
Now, obviously, I know that you're a busy guy with a lot of youngsters and whatnot, but how relieved were you to see an effort like that, knowing that she's back, she looks like she's back to her usual self?
Yeah, we're it's a big relief for sure, but she goes to Yonkers next week, and we'll see how she is on the half, and we'll go from there.
All right, congratulations, Blake. Good to see her bounce back with a good performance, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Johnny.
All right, there's Mona Lisa, Blake McIntosh, James McDonald getting it done in leg 2 of the OSS Gold.